As you know, NNAMDI Kanu resumes trial today, but there is something that is complicating.
Hello, welcome to this channel. There is this video I came across and I would like us to watch it together. But before we do that, please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do that. Click on the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to keep being part of this. Then as you watch, do not forget to react and also drop your comments in the comment section.
Good morning everyone, thanks for joining me in this video. Today is Monday, 10th day of February 2025. As you know, NNAMDI Kanu resumes trial today, but there is something that is complicating that I want us to look into. You know, the head of Kanu's legal team, Aloy Ejimako, told us that they received impromptu notice to come to court. And there have been speculation that it's because the federal government is looking for ways to leave NNAMDI Kanu. However, I came to realize that the notice was not impromptu. Meaning the legal team, the head of the legal team, Aloy Ejimako, did not communicate to the general public, did not communicate to the followers of NNAMDI Kanu about the said day. So I did a research to find out these things. Now, let's look into what I'm telling you. When you look at this notice, Aloy Ejimako Legal Service, what you will see there is the application for the transfer of change number, something like that. That is when Aloy Ejimako was filing for federal government to carry the case transfer the case from Abuja to the southeast to try. Now, when you read down the following page, you will see that Aloy Ejimako wrote to the court telling them that there was a court hearing scheduled on 10th of February 2025. You can see it there, okay? I just second it there. The court process is scheduled on 10th of February 2025. So, when you look at the date that he wrote it, that is this date here, it's 30th January 2025, okay? This was written on 30th January 2025. And in other words, it has been scheduled even before he wrote this, because what he wrote is what I'm saying now, okay? He's implicating himself, confusing the general public. Now, come to see this one again. This one was written on the 22nd of January 2025, and they said it's a summon of the federal government, okay? January 25. So from January 25 to 10th of February is not an impromptu meeting, and it was just communicated on the Friday of last week that they are going to court today. Anyway, that is by the way. I am just concerned about that. I said let me share it to the general public. So as we know, the court section resumed today, the trial resumed today, so nobody knows what could be the outcome. NNAMDI Kanu has been battling with the issue of a case that has no basis at all. For over 5 years now, he's been in detention. For over 10 to 11 years, this trial has been going on. Arrest and rearresting, kidnapping and re-kidnapping has been going on. So today, as the trial resumes, we are hoping that a positive change could come. But under normal circumstances, people believe that even though the federal government is going to leave NNAMDI Kanu, that it is not in their own intention to leave NNAMDI Kanu. It's not in their own ways to leave that. Leaving NNAMDI Kanu will just be a pressure from either international body or any other angle. That the pressure of releasing NNAMDI Kanu will never be from within Nigeria. We don't have issues with that. The only thing we are interested in is let the man be released, okay? The man has been there for so long, and it doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense.
Okay. First is NNAMDI Kanu and his release from detention. Second is 60 years, or 35 years in service, and then you are due for retirement. And then, of course, the third is what factions, then we've already dealt with that faction. But let's look at these two main facts, which is NNAMDI Kanu and then the retirement age in the civil service. Afenifere insists and has advised that NNAMDI Kanu should be released from detention. What's your take on that?
There is a lot about our country that could be better. But the reality is that if we truly desire peace in Nigeria, we need to take some hard decisions. One of them is the need to free NNAMDI Kanu. Now, there are multiple allegations against the gentleman, but he's not the only person against whom there have been multiple allegations. What we have in Nigeria today is a country that is functionally a cauldron, burning from almost every corner. And everything that could be done to bring about peace in Nigeria should be embraced. There have been multiple cases of terrorists who have been reintegrated back into our society, a phenomenon that is unique to Nigeria, the radicalization of violent terrorists. Fulani marauders of all sorts have found mercy at the hand of the Nigerian state. The southeast has been burning for some time, and it is not unknown that one of the factors responsible for this is the current incarceration of NNAMDI Kanu. That Afenifere has asked that he should be freed is in the spirit of a search for peace in Nigeria. If he is not to be freed, then he should be speedily tried. This has been the consistent call of Afenifere for years. If they cannot find a way to try him, if we can all admit to ourselves that we essentially have a political problem that has morphed into a terrorism problem, then why should it be so difficult to understand Afenifere's plea that the man should be freed and the path of peaceful reconciliation pursued? If we can make peace with armed terrorists, if we can free Boko Haram killers, why is it so difficult to embrace peace as an option in the southeast? That is the contention of Afenifere. We are not looking into the merit or otherwise of the charges. We're saying this has dragged for this long, nothing of substance has been achieved, peace has not been restored, and there is a veritable path to peace if you free him and engage with the dissidents in the southeast. That has been the position of Afenifere and every well-meaning Nigerian actually.
I'm on EPA for the same IPOB. What's your comment on that?
The IPOB itself has said multiple times that Simon Ekpa is not one of theirs. The Nigerian security forces knows who is who. If persons have committed crimes, they should surely be taken before the courts. Ekpa's case may not be conflated with NNAMDI Kanu's case. NNAMDI Kanu has been with the state for some years now. Muhammadu Buhari kept him in a cage for Tinubu to inherit. Tinubu has inherited him. Is he going to keep him in that cage, and then for how long would he be kept there? At what point would we begin the search for peace in the southeast? So when I'm speaking about NNAMDI Kanu, be careful to understand that I'm not conflating his case with that of Ekpa. There are two different cases. I am not an Easterner, but I am a Nigerian, and what ails one ails the other, and there really cannot be peace in Nigeria until we confront all these issues that have their roots in age-old grievances and injustices. If and when we've dealt with these, then we can start the journey to some rectitude. But Simon Ekpa, NNAMDI Kanu, I really don't know if the two can be treated exactly the same, and I wouldn't treat them the same.
I respect that. What about Moyele Sowore, who was recently, arrested and detained, and he refused to be bailed? What's your comment on that? These are all legal issues.
You see, the problem with the Nigerian police, or shall I say the Nigerian state, and my brother Yele, is that Yele does not know how to pretend that he is anything but a citizen. The Nigerian state, on the other hand, can tolerate anyone except the person who presumes to be a citizen. So the constant battle between Yele and the Nigerian police is merely symptomatic of the relationship between the Nigerian police and the Nigerian public. Yele is your average Nigerian. Your average Nigerian in the sense that he's not asking for anything that the everyday Nigerian should not be demanding. The only thing is that while the everyday Nigerian might be prepared to cower before authority or pretend that everything is fine, Yele does not know how to pretend that everything is fine. So every time Yele moves is a walking violation of the Nigerian system. So the Nigerian state must constantly go after Yele because Yele is constantly demanding an account of the Nigerian state. That is what you see happening all of the time. That the Nigerian state cannot find tolerance for Yele is merely evidence of the fact that the Nigerian state cannot find tolerance for anyone demanding to be treated with some dignity, with some respect, or as a citizen. Shame on the Nigerian state. It's got nothing to do with Yele as a person. It is the Nigerian state that is lacking in the capacity to tolerate its citizens. All he has done is to point at the evils of the state, that the state has never found the grace to change, but has always pursued him instead of changing, tells you just how far we have traveled on the path to madness. Yele is done nothing wrong. Yele is just Yele, a Nigerian who refuses to behave like a slave.
Afenifere has been known to not be directly in support of Yele's, antecedents. What do you have to say about that?
I beg to disagree with that. I beg to disagree with that. Afenifere has always been a progressive organization, and I dare say that there has been, I cannot even recall a single thing that Yele has been for or has ever supported that Afenifere has been against. We are not a reactionary organization. We are essentially a center-left political conglomerate. So how could we possibly have had anything against anybody professing revolutionary ideals? Yele is somebody we consider a natural ally. We might have our disagreements in relation to methodologies from time to time, but other than that, we have zero disagreements with Yele and we consider him a friend.
Thank you for watching this video. Please leave your contribution in the comment section and also do well to subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.